Okay. So find that nice, comfortable seat. Maybe hip bones a little higher than your knees if you can, or if that feels better. All right. Let your eyes close. Welcome, everybody. My name's Kristin, for those that don't know me. Um, Lovely to be practicing with you today. So let's let our eyes close. Let's take a nice big shoulder roll. Rise the shoulders as high as you can to the ears and let your ribs lift with that. Feel the space. And then exhale, let it go. And one more time, breathing in, rise your shoulders up nice and high. And then go ahead and release, let it go. We'll let our fingertips and our toes wiggle, maybe even touch the fingertips together and scrunch them up and then shake out your fingers and your wrists. Let your hands rest on your knees. And if you can, keep the sensation, the brightness through the fingertips, but then try to soften and breathe into the palms of the hands. Open hands, open heart. We allow the pelvis to be neutral and rooted down into the sensation of our floor, of our mat, of our cushion, whatever is under us, to feel secure, to feel grounded, and then pull the energy up the spine. As if you can visualize weaving in and out of each vertebrae right up to the top of the head. Allow yourself to lean into the back of the body a little bit. We trust our back, core engage. And take a few moments to just honor where you're at today and how you're feeling. Without it being good or bad, it's just what it is. And being open to maybe that vibration shifting or changing through your practice. Because we don't step onto the mat to stay the same. We have stepped onto the mat to feel different, to kind of invoke something within us. So you can just ask yourself maybe what that needs to be today. Patience, compassion, strength, humor. Letting your breath start to move in and out the nose if it hasn't already. And allow yourself to anchor in to your breath in a way that that's just our sustainable, vibrant or vibration through our entire practice. And so that it allows us to move into each posture with the awareness of our breath, knowing if we're pushing too hard or maybe being complacent. Let your hands rub together so palms will come into your heart space. And allow the palms to build some heat into the hands. Once you feel some warmth in the palms, go ahead and rest it. Maybe you're connecting to rest it right into your chest or your heart space, and maybe it feels right to rest your hands on your eyes. Either way, letting the warmth come into your skin. And eyes can gently blink open. We'll go ahead and release our hands forward right into all fours. So stacking your joints right away when you get into all fours. And let your fingertips tip towards your knees here. And then as you tuck your toes under as well, just lean back into your heels and let the forearms stretch out. Especially if you've been at your computer all morning, just really take time to open up your forearms. We could let our hands go out to the sides and edges of the mats and Just rock the weight side to side. And then palms facing up towards you with fingertips towards your knees. Be gentle here. And then eventually in your time, index finger straight forward, fingertips rooted down. And then let's take a nice deep breath in, feeling top of the head draw away from the tailbone, shoulders down the back, pushing your floor down, tailbone to the floor as well, and push your upper back to the ceiling. With the next inhale, rise your tailbone up, lift your heart, roll back your shoulders, let your ribs spread open. Exhale, tuck and curl, press down. Inhale, rise up, find the fluidity and rhythm of your own breath. Over exaggerate your movements and go ahead and start to lean into your ribs side to side or circle into your hips. Whatever is feeling really organic for you today. You might close your eyes again so that you can just drop easier into your own body. Pausing in a space of a neutral spine, let's just keep the right knee down and lift up the left leg. And as you reach out of the heel, we can drop the ball of the foot down, spin the knife edge of your foot down, elevate your left arm up to the sky, and then sweep it over your head. And as you squeeze the right side of your body, let your left side stretch open. Exhale, release the hand down to the floor. Keep the left toes tucked under. Step back your right foot. Sink into the heels and stretch your calf muscles. Shift back forward. High in your tippy toes, lower the knees down. Lower your chin, your chest to the floor, and then lift your heart cobra as you breathe in. Releasing cobra back down. Push back into child's pose here. Arms are staying long and strong. We inhale back into all fours, keeping the left knee down. Stretch your right leg back. And then knife edge of your foot seals to floor. Reach your right hip over your left. Extend your right arm to sky. Stay here or take it over your head and press your ribs to the ceiling and squeeze the left side of your body. And go ahead and lower down. Hands in the mat. Tuck the left toes to meet the right toes. You're in high plank position. Shift back forward, high in your tippy toes. Push away the floor. Fill up the space in between your shoulder blades. Lower your knees down. Lower your chin, your chest to the floor. Lift your heart. Cobra is breath in. And release cobra. Tent the fingertips away from the body. Inhale, lift your heart up. Breathe in. Right shoulder dropping down and breathe out. Lifting back up, breathe in a little higher, a little wider. Drop the other shoulder, breathe out. And lift back up, breathe in a little higher. One more time each side, breathe out. Lifting back up. And drop one last time. We lift up, heart straight forward, breathe in. And lay your chest to the floor, breathe out. We'll flatten the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, push back, child's pose. Inhale, all fours, moving into your downward dog. Hips rise to the sky. Navel pulls to spine. Reach the heels down one at a time. And then we'll lift up the right leg, rolling your hip open, bend your knee. Extend your right leg back to the sky. And release your right foot back down to the floor. Shift forward, inhale, high plank position. Option dropping knees down or lower evenly. Lift cobra or upward dog, breath is in. Release, breath out. Tuck toes, push back, child's pose. Pop forward, inhale, high plank, back into your downward dog. Hips go to the sky, left leg rising, reach high. Left leg opens up, bend your knee, roll your hip. Stretch the left toes back up, and release the left foot to the floor. So this time, we will walk the feet out wide to the edges of the mat from here. And now walk your hands back to your feet. Good. And then catch the insides of your elbows here. Hang forward. And letting the weight of your torso roll down through your spine. Arms are going to drop and drape heavy back into the floor. Soften into the knees and slowly roll yourself up, starting each vertebrae by vertebrae. Head and shoulders to come up last. Take a shoulder roll when you get to the top. One more time, shoulder roll. And then sweep up, arms strong to the sky. Lift your gaze. Lift your heart. Take a lean back. Swan dive down to the floor as you breathe out. Knees softly bent, thighs engage. Half lift, let's lengthen here. Heels go light as we forward fold. Rise all the way back up. Breathe in, arms to sky. Exhale, hands into heart space. One more time, just like that, breathing in. Swan dive down to the floor, we breathe out. Find that half lift, breathe in, lengthen. Forward fold and breathe out. Press down, rise strong, breathing in, arms to sky. Take this one, hands to heart space. Once again, breathe out. Release, hands to sides as we rise, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. This time we fingertip back forward to the top of the mat. Aligning joints, heels high. Push away the floor, option knees down or lower evenly, riding into your extension, upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Let's take our right leg up nice and high. Breathe in, point the toe, reach for it. And then exhale, pull the foot in between your hands. Pause, inhale. Lowering your left knee to the mat. Reach up, arms. We come high out of the waist and then let ourselves sink down into the side. Catch your left wrist with your right hand. Push up the left palm and then just lean over to your right. Inhale, lift palms back up. Release hands down on either side of your foot. Left toes are tucked under. Let's just shift the weight back into a half split. Land your foot down. Sorry. Lola. No. Sorry. Step back high, plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Rise it, upward dog. Breath is in. Downward dog. Breath is out. Left leg to sky. Reach it high. Left foot landing forward. Let's take the pause. Inhale. Good. Back knee comes down. Reaching arms up. Breathe in. Catch the right wrist. Palm pressing high. Let's lean to the left. Lifting back up, breathing in. Release the hands to the floor. Right toes tuck under. Finding half split here. Good. Let's land the foot down. This time we're going to step forward, top of the mat. Finding a half lift, let's lengthen out. And we forward fold. Lean the heart to the toes, bending right into Utkatasana. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Sink into the heels. Good. Heavy heels, lifted heart. Take another breath in. Exhale, hinge and forward fold. We'll find that half lift and lengthen out. Step back your right foot to the back of the mat and we rise all the way up, arms to the sky, nice and high. Could square off the hips and then sink down. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heart. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Let's step back, high plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana, always an option for knees to drop. Lift your heart, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Right leg rising, breathe in. Right foot stepping forward, we breathe out. Pause on inhale. Lowering the back knee, let's pull back half split here. Chest is wide for 3. Leaning forward for 2 and 1. Land your foot down, pick up the back knee, back into that high lunge, breathe in. Arms stretching nice and high. Exhale, spin the hands or the back heel down, open up, warrior 2, stretch forward, stretch back. Front knees stay stable. Heels work towards each other, drop down a little deeper. Take the right arm up to the sky, breathe in, lean back. And take it all the way down to the mat. We're rolling to the ball of your back foot. Pick up the left foot. L-shaped posture to start, and then maybe hands lift up, heart space. Heels pressing. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot to meet it. Utkatasana, breathe in. Arms rising high. Wiggle the toes, sink deeper. One more breath, lift gaze. Let it go, forward fold. Lengthen into the half lift. Left foot steps back. Rise up, arms to sky high. And then let yourself sink down deeper. Find the lift, find the lean back. Let it go, hands are to the mat. Step back. I really don't mean to rhyme, it just happens. Lower down, rising upward dog. Downward dog. And left leg rising, reach up, breathe in. Left foot landing forward. Good, rise all the way up, breathing in. Sink down deep. Left leg stays strong and stable, straight forward. Back heel spins down, warrior 2. Open up. Feel a big stretch into the groin. Inner rotate your right thigh. Sink down deeper. Elevate left arm. Breathe in, reach up, lean back. And letting it go, hands are coming down to the mat. Rolling to the ball of your back foot. Let's lower the knee. Find that half split. Chest is wide for 3, for 2. And the foot lands. We pop up L-shaped posture. Left leg rises. Float hands up. Left knee is going to bend. Right foot meets left foot. Breathe in, arms rise up to the sky. Good, let's take that left elbow across the right knee. Push to the palms and find a rotation here. You can lower your left hand down, right hand to sky. Or stay just gazing at your toes. Hips lower than your heart for 1 more breath in. Unravel, forward fold, breath is out. Let's find the half lift, lengthen out. Step back your right foot. Come up strong, arms to sky. We hold and sink deeper as we breathe out. Lift your heart, lean back, breathe in. Let it go, hands to mat. Step back, high plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog or cobra. Back into downward dog, push away the floor. Right leg rising, reaching high, breathe in. Right foot stepping forward. Pause, inhale. Rise all the way up. And sink down just a little deeper. Spin the back heel, warrior 2 here. Sink a little deeper. Exalt and reach your arm up to the sky high. And let's let it go. Take your hands down to the mat. Roll on the ball of your back foot. Reach your right arm up. Option, reach your right arm over your head if you'd like. 3. Turn a little deeper for 2. Good, and 1. Gaze down, hand down. Lower down the back knee, find that half split once again. Here's 3. Breathing for 2. Land your right foot. Pop up the left leg, L-shaped posture. Now, option to stay here or move it to Virabhadrasana C. Or left hand stays to floor, right hand flies to sky. You're half moon, reversed. Good, push away the heel, take in 3 more. Take in 2 more. And release both hands to the floor. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot next to your right knee or right foot. Inhale, Utkatasana. Find twisting the other way, right elbow, left knee. Squeeze the knees together, rotate. Pull the navel back. Option, you might fly the arms open. Or keep your gaze down, hands together for 3. Squeezing 2. Let it go on 1, forward fold. Lengthen here, breathe in. Left foot steps back strong. We come all the way up, arms rising. Sink down just a little deeper here. Lift your gaze, take a lean back. And let it go, hands are to the mat. High plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Rising upward dog. And a downward dog. Let's take left leg high, breathe in. Left foot landing forward, pause. Scissor first, strong to the legs and foundation. Reach up, breathe in. Sink down a little deeper. Good, one more breath. And warrior 2, breathe out. Drop a little deeper. Exalt and reach up, take a lean back, stretch your ribs. And we let it go, hands are to the mat. Roll to the ball of your right foot. Left arm rising. Staying right here, or left arm over your head for 3. Here for 2. And 1, gaze down, hand down. Right knee dips. Half split. Chest wide, here for 3. Here for 2. And 1, left foot lands. Curl forward, L-shaped posture. Option 1, option 2, hands move up. Option 3, reverse your half moon. Exhale, release your hand down and your feet together. Forward fold. Good, let's heel to the feet apart. For Padayustasana, you just grab your big toes, first 2 fingers. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, let the head drop. And then pull your big toes up as you push down through your big toes. Elbows to sides. Thighs stay firm, belly stays pulled in. And breathe into the backs of your legs. For 3 more. Breathing for 2. And 1. Go ahead and we release. Good, nice and slow. Let's take a roll up. Stack your vertebrae as you rise. Head and shoulders up last. Take it back and down. Let's inhale, stretch arms to ceiling. Breathe in, lift your gaze, lift your heart, let it go. Forward fold, breathe out. Lengthen to a half lift. Step or hop both feet to the back of your mat. Steady to your high plank. Lower, riding into your upward dog or cobra. Rolling over the toes, downward dog, hips are to sky. Good, let's bring the thumbs a little closer together. Rise up the right leg. Step the right foot forward, outside edge of your right hand. Pause and hug your right inner thigh to your right tricep, and then lower the back knee to the mat. And you might just stay right here, or you could come down into your forearms, a pillow, a block maybe if you have one. Back of the neck stays nice and long. Knee stays hugging in. Take a few more nice deep breaths in and out. So we're going to rise back up on the instep. Back knee can stay down, but kind of roll off of the patella, so you're more in the insertion of your hamstring. And then just place your right hand on your thigh. And then this could be where you stay, just taking a gentle twist over your thigh, looking at your back toes. Or a little more pressure to the left hand, and maybe you bend your back knee, reach back and catch the foot of the ankle. If your right knee wants to swing out to the side, make sure the foot moves with it. So your toes and your knees are facing the same direction. Open the chest, peel your right shoulder a little higher and wider. Good. And then we're going to release that foot if you have it. Hands are going to come back down into the instep. Left toes tuck under, shift back to that half split. Those of you working into a full, go ahead and slide your foot off of your mat and go ahead and let the floor work with you. Last couple breaths, leaning in. Good. And then go ahead and land your right foot back into the mat. Pop up the left leg, L-shaped posture. Now draw your knees together and we stand. Left knee comes on the inner thigh, maybe the calf muscle, maybe the ankle. Options, stay right here or lift your arms, lift your gaze maybe, or stay close to heart, maybe close your eyes. Here for 5. Steady for 4. For 3. Let yourself move with the vibration of your body for 2. Good. And then we're just going to draw this left knee forward. Land your feet together. Breathe out. Reach up, arms to sky, breathing in. Stretch high. Let it go forward, fold all the way down to the mat. Lengthen the heels, go light. Plant your hands, step both feet to the back of the mat. Lower down. Ride forward, inhale, cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Bring your thumbs a little closer together. Left leg lifting, lengthening. Left foot landing. Outside edge of your hands. Pause it here, chest goes wide. When you're ready, back knee can lower. But try to keep action through the inner thighs and the hips scissoring. And then you might stay right here. Maybe walk forward, maybe walk down. Taking in 4 more breaths. Stay with that ujjayi. Follow the inhales all the way to the top. 3 more breaths. Follow your breath out all the way down to the bottom. 2 more breaths. Good. And 1 last breath. Rise it back up. Your hands are still on the instep. So come off of the back knee if you're on top of the kneecap. And then just start to twist. You're looking over the left shoulder. Draw the navel back and you can stay right here. Or if you want to move into that quad stretch, pick up the back knee, catch your foot, your ankle, draw that in. Try to peel the top shoulder open. Left knee is moving. Follow the toes with it. Twist and turn a little deeper. No push or pull, just breathe into the psoas. Good, and then go ahead and release. Both hands come back down to the mat. Right toes are tucked under. Find that half split here. And again, maybe you're working through full. You slide your foot off. You can let the floor work with you. Chest is high for 3. For 2. And 1. Let's go ahead and land the left foot down. Look in front of your left foot. Travel forward. Right leg picks up. Knees come together. Stand up. Foot right side goes on inner left thigh. Or you can slide the heel to the ankle and root the toe mounds down. Arms can be open. Arms can be to the sky. Maybe close your eyes. Here for 5. Here for 4. 3. Last two. And one, let your hands come down if they're lifted. Pull your right knee forward. Land your feet together. Tadasana, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Arms rising, reach up nice and high. Breathe in and forward fold all the way down to the mat. Finding half lift, let's lengthen, breathe in. Plant the hands, step both feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Ride forward, inhale, lift up your heart. Cobra or upward dog, and we flip the toes right back into downward dog. Hips go to the sky. Let's take the right leg up nice and high, breathe in. Right knee to your right wrist, let's find pigeon. Your left leg stretches back long. Good, push down the floor. Chest goes wide. And then try to keep your torso really long as you walk forward. Let's just come halfway down, actually. And then root the fingertips down. Push through the fingertips. Try to get your chest as wide as you can, your upper back engaged. Draw your right hip back, and you could tuck your left toes under, squeeze the knee out of the floor again. Sink it back down. And then walk the rest of the way forward. Back of the neck stays long. You can gaze down at the mat, or if you want to come all the way down into the floor, go ahead. Last few breaths. Try to fill up your whole back. Last two breaths, and we rise up into our forearms. And then rise up into our hands. Let's swing the left leg around in front of us. Left heel pressing away, right foot comes onto the inner left thigh. Reach out of the heel, turn yourself slightly towards your left foot. Reach both arms up, breathe in, and then fold down over your left leg. As your hands wrap around ankle, back of the foot, maybe up by your shin, that's fine. Tuck your chin, press back into the sit bones, and then fold once again. Stay as long as you can through the spine. No cranking in the neck, so just let your gaze drift into your shin bone. Last three. Last two. And one, rising back up. Okay, let's just push out the right heel. Left foot comes in. It's the same thing. Reach out, firm the thigh, straight up to the sky, breathe in. Fold over the right leg, breathe out. Shrug it back, tuck the chin. Fold once again. Let your eyes close. Breathe down the back. Keep working into the adjustments so that you come down with as long of a spine as you possibly can. Hug your quadricep, reach out of your heel. Lean your heart forward, just one more breath. And let's come all the way back up. So now your right leg is going to swing around behind you, or if you have sensitive knees, you can either come to deer posture or ankle on your thigh for seated pigeon. Or if you want to stretch that leg back, roll on top of the quadricep. Hands right under your shoulders. Use your fingertips to tent the floor and push away first. Curl up your pubic bone, roll back your shoulders, get as long as you can through your torso. We're coming halfway down again. So just walk forward, fingertips are still tented, elbows bend, push away the floor, pick up the back knee, pull back the right hip, or the left hip, sorry, the left hip you're pulling back. And then crawl it back forward. Gaze can come down to the mat. Head can rest into the floor. If you're resting your head all the way down in the floor, look the opposite direction you did before. Last few breaths. You'll find with these last few exhales, maybe you're finding a bit more space walking forward. And we go ahead and we rise all the way back up. Let's just swing both legs around in front of us. So both heels are going to press away. Dandasana, hands are underneath of us, spine is long. Inhale, reach up both arms to the sky. Come as long as you can over the legs. Let your arms drop when you feel your upper back rounding. And then just fold again and let the head go heavy. Last breath out. Rise this all the way back up, breathing in. We're going to drop into the elbows. So as your hands come down just by your hips, your forearms are down. Roll back your shoulders, land your hands exactly where your elbows are at. Now squeeze back your elbows. Squeeze your triceps. You can stay right here. If there's any wrist issues happening or shoulders, stay here. Feel a big stretch in your chest and your shoulders. Second option, knees bend, and you're going to push the floor away and find reverse tabletop. Third option, toes are in the mat, legs are straight, rising up, push the floor away. Squeeze the triceps. Gaze can go to the sky, head back or chin in, up to your neck. For 3, for 2, and lower. Let's pull both knees into the chest. Keep the hands right there. Good. And try to minimize the distance between your thighs and your ribs. You can even wrap your hands then around if you don't need the support here. Wrap your hands to your hamstrings and draw that in. Next option, release your hamstrings. Next option, toes go to the sky. We hold for 5. Hold for 4. 3. Last 2. Good. Ankles are going to cross. Plant your hands either in your lap for 5 breaths or forward, and you step or hop back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Take a Vinyasa, please, if you would like to. Otherwise, we stay seated. Close eyes. 5. Breathing 4. 3. Last 2. And those in downward dog. Go ahead, step back through into your seated position. Good. Let's find double pigeon. Your right shin bone parallel to the front of your top of your mat. Left shin bone crosses right on top. Feet are flexed. Fingertips behind you. This could be where you start and stop right here. Next option, you start to lean forward. Chest stays wide. Hands might come in front of you, but don't let that sacrifice the length of your spine. Close your eyes. Legs or feet stay strong. Last 2. And 1, go ahead and lift. Let's find the fingertips behind us once again. Here's your modification of asana. Hands here a second. Here, option 3, option 4, 5. Here we go, 4. Last 3, 2. Ankles cross tight. Find your vinyasa or stay seated for 5. Breathing 4. Take your time if you're moving. 3. Last 2. And we step back through to seated. Let's move to the other side. Left shin bone parallels the top of your mat. Right shin bone is stacked right on top of it. Feet stay flexed. Fingertips behind you, chest rising, spine long. Lean into it. Go slow. And go ahead and we rise all the way back up. Unravel the legs. Take one last vinyasa. So you plant your hands, step or hop it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Rise into your extension, either cobra or upward dog. And a nice roll over toes. Downward dog, hips go to the sky. Let's shift forward. Inhale to your high plank position. Come all the way down to the belly. And then we're going to flip over right onto the back side. So you look on your back side. Knees are going to bend. Shrug the shoulders underneath of you. And feet stay strong. Just slowly start to pick the hips up out of the floor. One shoulder picks up, drops underneath of you. Take the other one. Interlace your hands under your body. And as you press through the feet, rise your hips high. Engage the thighs. Keep your throat open. Close your eyes. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Lower all the way back down into the floor. Relax. Pressing down, we rise right back up. Interlace your hands underneath of you. Chest rising. Last 3. Last 2. And go ahead and unravel all the way back down into the floor. One last time. Rise up, interlace underneath of you. Last 3, 2, and unravel, let it go. Okay, just pause. Keep your feet in the floor. Keep your knees bent. Let your back slowly take its natural adjustments. And you can help facilitate. Walk the feet out wide to the edges of the mat. Just wave your knees a bit side to side. We'll let the feet heel toe right back in together. Stretch your arms straight out from your shoulders and then take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. Push down through the left foot, lift your hips right out of the floor and shift them to the right. Drop your knees to the left and bring your chin over your right shoulder. Let the weight of the legs go down to the ground. And then rise it right back up. Unravel the legs. Realign your hips with your shoulders. Take your left leg, cross it over your right leg. Push down through the right foot, lift up. As your hips move to the left, let the knees fall to the right. Bring the chin to the left. And then unravel your legs. Realign your hips with your shoulders. Option, you can hug knees into your chest, wrap your hands around your shin bones, nose to knees to nose, give yourself a nice big hug. And then we'll go ahead and let that release into Shavasana. If you would like to roll up into seated and practice sitting with the spine, a long spine, I welcome you to do that. And we'll just rest in Shavasana or seated for a couple minutes here. Take deep breath in and let it go. Release anticipation for your afternoon. Just be involved in each breath in and out. Be completely aware of the magic of your breath, of the ability to move our bodies at will, and choose to be in stillness. I'll rise you in a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Take your time and start to feel the space in between each finger and each toe. Let your knees pull in towards your chest and reach your right arm overhead. Roll onto your right bicep. And we'll find ourselves pressing up into seated position. Feel yourself sit up nice and tall, and again, lean to the back of the body. Trust your back body strength to help your front body stay open, soft, and able to receive. Hands move into your heart space with palms touching together, and then let your hands rub once again. And as you feel the warmth build in between the palms, rest it either on your chest or on your eyes. Taking in one more deep breath in and letting go. Eyes can blink open. Rest your hands at heart space. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to either unmic yourself, or you can put the questions down privately to me down in that chat screen as well, if you'd like. Thank you for joining me. Very welcome. Bye, guys. Bye. Be well. Drink a lot of water. Oh, cool. Erica from Nelson. Good. I'm glad you could join us. Come back. I hope to see you again. All right, signing off. Be well, everybody. Love, love, love. Take care. A little higher than your knees if you can, if that feels better. Keep your eyes closed. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kristin. For those that don't know me, lovely to be practicing with you today. So let's let our eyes close. Let's take a nice big shoulder roll. Rise the shoulders as high as you can to the ears and let your ribs lift with that. Feel the space. And then exhale, let it go. And one more time, breathing in. Rise your shoulders up nice and high. And then go ahead and these little guys worked out really good.